seafood dish. So I've got here a wonderful fillet of salmon. Now I've decided to go skinless on this salmon because on the skin, sure, you can get a crispy skin, but I'm going to show you, if you can't find a skin, that you can make it all crispy around the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly, about a teaspoon of oil, and then you're going to go with a razor sharp knife, just slice it, not slice it, scoring it, until when you run your blade across the fillet, it opens up all the things. So you're going to do that on both sides, lightly score it. So after that, just rub in all your olive oil on your plate. First, season it with salt and pepper, because the whole point of this is from the seasoning to get the crust. Also just mopping all that seasoning up. Now this is a very delicate fish, this isn't like beef or pork, so you really just want to be very delicate with it, because once you score it, you're opening up all the flesh. We're just going to go in with pepper. Again, do some onto the plate, so you can mop that up. So I've got some dry chili flakes here, beautiful dry chili flakes. And then I'm going to do one side. After that, we've got some cajun seasoning. This cajun is normally found in Asia or India. It's kind of like a barbecue, but Indian style. So we're just gonna quite heavy on this, because this is kind of like powdered gold, because this will ensure that you have flavor and crispiness. So kind of just roll it in the cajun seasoning. Okay, so I have my gas on for a while. I'm just going to lower that down. So after I've seasoned my salmon, I'm going to move on. Actually, after you season it with the dry seasoning, you go in with a little bit of orange zest. Just lightly go over with the orange zest. Finish it with the lemon. So what do you think of when you think of Middle Eastern flavors and Indian, Asian flavors? You normally go to spicy things, or maybe pickles. So today I'm going to be doing a Thai pickle. This is a very basic one. It's super easy, and it tastes absolutely incredible. So I've had a mix in this bowl here. It's fish oil, rice wine vinegar, and some soy sauce. So with your cucumber, you just want to take the skins off, cut it in half, and do half moons. Put that into your seasoning. Go in with the other half. So I'm just going to finish up slicing my cucumbers. Add them to your bowl. So after you've done that, get a piece of very nice ginger. So you see that skin, instead of going with a spoon, top and tail it, because we're going to use those later. So put it on the side, slice the ends off, and the skin. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in quarters. So we're going to slice it, and we're going to do little strips like that, but then we're also going to dice it. Okay, so now our pan is heated up, we're just going to add a little bit more oil. See how that moves to the side on one side? That is a good indication. So we're just going to shake off the excess of our salmon. Now, you kind of treat it like a piece of steak. And this applies to anything you're pan frying. So, do it away from you. Mop that up. So, I've got half a bulb of garlic here. Fry that garlic. After that, get a nice red pepper here. You slice it in little strips. Just half that. Get that frying along with the garlic and the salmon. This will unlock the flavours. Give those a little pinch. Give some more of that Cajun seasoning. Give that a couple of sprigs of thyme. Put your thyme next to the garlic and push that towards the salmon. Turn your gas up a tiny bit. So now let that go for about a couple of minutes now. Add some butter. And it's so tempting to turn that salmon. Do not turn that salmon. Why? Because now that all the flavours are starting to unlock, now that you've added that butter, the thyme will start to release all its oils and everything. That garlic is frying beautifully. Tilt the pan towards the garlic and the thyme and the peppers. Spoon and baste that salmon. Now, you see why we scored that skin? Now, the sliced skin, the little sliced pieces of skin, they are going inside the salmon fillet. So, moment of truth. Flip it. Look at that. That is as crispy as it would be if you bought one with a skin. Again, same thing. Instead, we're going to put our thyme and peppers on top of the fillet. Baste it. Baste it. Add some more butter. So I've got another little piece of salmon here. Put that into the butter. Sprinkle with the Cajun seasoning. Make sure not to burn your Cajun seasoning, because once you burn that, it kind of turns like sesame seeds. They go bitter and they are practically inedible. So we're about to take off our salmon fillet. Move that on a board to rest. And let that garlic and the peppers get to know each other in the pot. Put them together with that salmon fillet. This is why I like to chop off a little bit of that salmon fillet that we just started off with, so you can get extra flavour. It's also a chef snack that you can use. So, for our pickle, so I've got a lovely chilli here. We're just going to put it into 3 bits. What we're going to do now is we're going to make a little sauce. Now, you can add quite a lot of chilies because this sauce can take all that heat. Slice them up into little bits. Now, you can feel there's still a little bit of bounce on that salmon fillet, but it's not completely all the way down. So now the stuff is getting along in the pan. You're going to let that fry for a little bit. and we're going to take it out. I've got some really nice fresh chives here. Just slice these chives really thinly. Now that you've let your salmon fillet rest for a little bit, zest some more orange onto that, because this will perfume. Again, we're not looking to flavour it, we're looking to perfume it. Okay, so our vegetables should be coming off now. Remove that bulb of garlic first. That is so delicious. Now, take your red peppers out. It's okay if they're a little bit blistered. That's what you're looking for. Move your other little piece of salmon. Get your thyme back in there. Just let that set aside that for a moment. Now, I've got a little seafood and fish seasoning here. Now, this is just, it's got salt, dried tomato flakes, oregano, cumin, dried red chili flakes, onion. Just grate that over. Again, you season after and before. This kind of applies to any single meat that you do. Put your gas on a very low heat. Add a little bit fresh ginger. In those tops and bottoms that we took, we're adding those. Because the skins right there are flavour. It doesn't really matter because we're going to strain this off. So after you've done that, slice the end of a lemon off. And the end of an orange off. Squeeze that over salmon fillet to give the acidity and the sweetness from all the heaviness that you put into it. Okay, so a little bit of oil, tiniest amount. Add your ginger. Let that toast for a couple of seconds, not minutes, seconds. Get your garlic bulb out. Return that to the pan. Don't put the cloves directly to the pan. Put the skins to the pan. Add your thyme back in. Nothing wrong with that. Thyme, butter, everything you have. Add it in. You think that the thyme has no more flavour anymore? No. It has double the amount of flavour. From the butter, the salmon fillet, the little piece of salmon that we fried releases all the fat. So, I'm just going to add my chives and my chili. Be very careful, because you may be coughing. Now, scrape all the chilies into one pan. Add some white wine. This is called deglazing pan. So from all of that stuff that we fried earlier, that hasn't been wiped out yet. That's still in there. The sumac, the cajun, everything's in there. Give a couple of grates of pepper. Yeah, because this whole dish is quite salty. Go in a little squeeze of orange juice. Gives it freshness. Give it a stir. Okay, so once you got that boiling up, let it reduce. It's that white wine, it's kind of like pure white wine. But once you reduce all the flavours out of it, it's kind of like liquid gold. Now, the butter, not the butter, the garlic, sorry. The garlic, that top is toasted. I'm just going to show you guys that, because that is amazing. Just look at that. Get the wonderful colour of the garlic when you fry it with the salmon. Add it back to your pan. So, what we're going to do is, those score marks that you did, there's also practice lines. We're also going to slice the salmon, not all the way down, about 3/4 of the way through, and then you back off. Make sure the salmon fillet doesn't buckle up, so that's why you need your knife razor sharp. And that salmon is just cooked to perfection. You got the little bit of pink, but you don't want it all white. A little bit more orange juice. Go in with your peppers. Over the top. Okay, so once you place 2 peppers, get your spoon. There's 2 more. See those little nice burnt bits? That is the Cajun seasoning. And they're not burnt, they're caramelized. Delicious. Layer one finally in the middle. Go around with your tea towel, around the board. Go with some lemon zest, not directly onto the salmon, because you perfume that enough. Go around the board to bring out the colours. Get your chili. Set your plate aside for just a moment. Get your chili. Put it onto the fillet of the salmon. Just a couple pieces. Plate back to the center. Remember that pickle we did with the cucumbers? Get a spoon. Separate those half moons. Place them each end of the salmon. Get a couple of pieces of ginger. Put that next to the cucumber. It's been reducing for a little bit. I've turned off the gas. You can just see how it's bled into the white wine. And that garlic has gone soft. So, I'm going to extract some of those chilies. Now be very careful with these because these are lethal. Get your spoon, get some white wine from that pan. The back of your spoon across that salmon fillet. Finish off again with some lemon zest. Then squeeze of orange and some zest of an orange. And there you have it, guys. Here it is. Finished product. Just see how delicate it is. And the colour contrast is extraordinary. like and subscribe. I really appreciate it when you do. If you want, our Instagram IGTV account will be launched very soon. I promise you that. And there will be recipes in the link description down below. Thank you. See you next time.